this show, you'll find inspiration, motivation, and advice from experts, as well as valuable tips on how to get started or improve your business. Let's dive into how you can begin and grow your wisdom business. Inspiring others looks different for everyone. How will you inspire?
Welcome to the Wisdom Podcast, and today we're chatting with Arpana Patel. Arpana, welcome to the Wisdom Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm glad to have you. We've met each other and crossed each other's paths along the way and all the networks that we're in. So it's awesome to finally actually have you to myself and chat with you, because we always end up in, the same room talking this, that on Zoom calls and blah, blah, blah. So
yeah,
tell our audience who you are and how you got into the world of sharing your knowledge with others.
All right. So 9 years ago, I started my own accounting practice, helping small business grow and have access to quality advice without the price tag.
Mm-hmm.
And then my kids were very young, so there was no option to work outside, especially with a child who's autistic. So I had to take care of it. So running your own business was, I think, a pretty much good option to have that work-life balance. Mm-hmm. And then in 2 years ago, I opened up a membership program called Knowledge Assist. And on Knowledge Assist, we teach our members the 5 pillars of a business. So sales and marketing, technology, mindset, finances, and HR. We found that in Australian community, especially in small businesses, they are not very well versed with the 5 pillars of the business. And as a small business owner, we are wearing so many hats. Yeah. Sometimes it's so difficult to really be, across all areas of your business. Mm. So this initiative came about where we are teaching them 5 pillars of business. We have a Q&A live session inside the membership. We have video tutorials where we teach them how to do things. So they're not just reading, they're actually conducting through the tutorials. And the membership fees is going to Smith's family, 100% of the membership fee. So it is kind of a charity program that we run. Mm. Initially, I wanted to do something for our Australian community, especially for our Australian children who are disadvantaged and who do not get the access to education.
Yeah.
Growing in a family of scholars, I feel that education is such an important part of our life. If there's any difficulty or if there's any obstacles, we have to have some kind of means to earn the money. So I'm very passionate about education, especially for disadvantaged children. So I wanted to create a charity program that is not reliant on third-party donations, where I'm constantly asking for money from other businesses.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that probably 50-60% would be generating itself the income.
Yeah.
And we are not binded by just the request or if somebody can donate us. So I wanted to create something like that. And this idea came 1:00 in the morning.
Always does, doesn't
it? It always does, when you're relaxed. And I think 3 days later, I went back to my team. I'm kind of very visionary.
Yes.
And I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate that my team are integrators. So they usually pull me down and they said, okay, we have to take this step by step.
Let's think practically, yeah.
Correct. So they wrote all the steps. And so we launched it last year as a founding member.
Yep.
And then in July, so in February, we did the founding launch. And then in July, we launched it.
Yep.
Most of the members are my accounting clients.
Yep.
They just want to support the course. The best part about this program is it's a win-win situation. Because I'm a tax agent, if a small business or if an individual subscribe to the membership, it's actually a tax deduction.
Yeah.
which is perfectly fine. So they don't have to, it probably would be working like a donation. So it's tax deductible. And if you're registered for GST, you can claim the GST part as well. And then it's tax deduction for us because we are transferring all the money to Smith's family.
Yeah.
So that's how we came across Knowledge Assist. And yes, we are running a membership program on our platform.
I think it's absolutely awesome because like you said, it's a win-win, but it's also win-win, not just in the tax terms, but you're getting to teach people, share your knowledge, educate people, as well as taking something in return to help other people be educated through the charity that you support. So I think it's brilliant what you've done, Arpana, and I really support. Like you've got awesome values and your passion in education. Hello, the same thing over here.
Yes.
Building the platform we've built, it's the same thing. It's like I come from generations. I come from family who education is so important. And for me, I think the number one thing that we all must remember as humans is that no one can ever take your education away from you.
Absolutely.
It's the biggest asset you hold. Yeah. And I think it's just one of those things that some of us just take for granted. We learn things at uni, school, whatever it is, but we also have experiences in life, and put those two together, you get wisdom, right? But I think, doing what you're doing and supporting other people to allow them to build on their greatest asset, I think is just an awesome value that I totally relate to, and I appreciate so much. And that's why I think I've just loved, seeing you and everything that you've been doing from the beginning, from, the other networks that we're in as well. So I'd love to ask you, so you obviously, Visionary had this moment at 1:00 in the morning, like we all tend to. No. Are you one of those people? I should ask you, do you have a notepad and pen on your bedside table?
I do. It's actually very funny. When I did have that vision, and I'll just show it to you. I quickly ran down, and my younger son had a project. He had an A5 folder. And look at this. I'm just writing everything down. 1:00 in the morning, plan.
Yeah.
Then my team has obviously dissected
added to it.
But I quickly ran down and I quickly put all my ideas on this A5 paper, and I've actually figured out how it will work. I didn't know how to get the message out and how the systems will work, but I had this whole idea in. I think the first few days they were looking at me crazily and they're thinking, okay, she has a very crazy idea. Not sure how it's going to work. But look, I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have such a, very intelligent team, but also very supportive team. Yeah. And they have bought into the idea that, of course, the firm is doing something good, and we should, as far as possible, support the program.
Exactly.
And I come, because we are 4 small businesses, we come across a lot of clients, and they said, we just don't understand what accountants are saying.
Yeah, but you can speak their language, obviously, on that side. Yeah, well, that's awesome, because that's going to lead me to the next question, actually. What are some of the topics that you're finding are generating amongst, the members that are in your system, or even peers? Like, how do you generate the topics and continue through them? What are the most popular ones?
Okay, so in the membership, we have a questionnaire running. So we do have people saying that, we would like to see this workshop, or we would like to see.
Awesome.
At the moment, the hot topic is cryptocurrency.
Oh God. Okay. Yep.
Yep. At the moment, it's cryptocurrency. So people are individual investors, like normal taxpayers are also investing in cryptocurrency. And they're just asking, how does it work on our tax return, which we explained them. Mm-hmm. And the second biggest one is rental properties. And we have got few startups in our business, in our membership program, and who's asking about, GST and all those basic questions. Do I need to register? I mean, do I need to do this? Or do I, what is ABN? Because, sometimes we think that I like, for myself, I take it granted because it's such a, easy
every day.
And as an accountant, I would know.
Yeah.
Right. But when somebody asks me this question, and I'm thinking it must be so difficult for you to just, get accounting information, it's
Yeah. But it's also one of those things too, sometimes, and especially as a startup, I totally understood this when I was at the early stages, was I didn't know what questions to ask.
Correct.
And just diving in, going, what do I need to know? And, the unknown is just like freaking scary, obviously. So the fact that you have a membership like this, opening up and just, but the ethic behind why you're doing it is obviously, immense value in there as well on its own.
Yeah.
When it comes to your actual membership, and I know you've done some programs to understand better how to set up your membership and so forth. Is there any particular advice you could give anyone who has this, harebrained idea and go, I'm going to do this, and they think, okay, how am I going to start? What advice can you give them?
Yes. Look, when I started my membership, I didn't know the first letter M of that membership. I completely struggled. And if I can be very honest, we struggled for the marketing side.
Yeah.
It's great you have got this idea. It's great you are supporting a charity, but how do you articulate this kind of information or this kind of message in social media or to client? So we are still struggling with it. It's good that when we are face to face, we can sell it. But when we have to sell it on social media, how do we put our message out?
Yeah, it's hard.
The marketing side is extremely difficult. And I think in the groups that we are asking, I'm actually asking for help from PR and all this to, maybe, it's better that you guys tell us how to put the message out. Yeah. The second thing I struggled mainly, and because I have no creativity, I feel that way. You are very creative. With the tech. Oh my God, just to set up the membership. And then I think in 1 year, I've learned what a sales funnel is, what email marketing is, what this lead magnet is. And those words were foreign to me.
Sales funnel. What the hell is a sales funnel?
What the hell is that?
In the kitchen.
Exactly. And you know what, Nikki? And that's when I realized that what comes easily to me might be hard for someone. And if I ask someone this dumb question, what is a lead magnet? What does it do? And that marketer would be looking at me and just like, she doesn't even know what a lead magnet is. So that's when I thought, okay, this accounting and tax, even we are going real basic. Some of my team members are also tutoring on the membership. And I told them, I said, you have to go basic. You can't assume that they know. You have to start from the letter A and then move up.
Yeah, exactly.
And we usually forget that. It's just like, did you not just know this? So, and I said to them, that's the same experience I had with one of our marketers. They said, oh, we have to do this. And I'm like, how? What does a lead magnet do? And he goes, you put the email address and then it comes. And then I said, what do I do with the email address?
Yeah.
And because that's called email marketing. I'm like, oh, freaking hell. It's just like,
but you've got to learn. You've got to learn at some point, and there's different phases of understanding. That's just the typical. Or what question do I ask? It always comes into that. And that's something that I constantly talk about. Is it's one thing to have, I guess. You've got knowledge, but it's how you share it and who you're sharing it with and how they're going to absorb that information. They're major portions, that major things to think about when you're starting, like if you're sharing courses, sharing information, content, whatever it is, how you divide that content, organize that content on your system too. They all play a part. But I think if you just understand the main point of it all is so they can get an understanding of what it is that you're actually trying to articulate. It's very hard, and marketing is just that next level. It's one thing to share the content, but it's also to market the content is very hard.
Exactly. And I think the challenge that now we are facing, especially myself, after running the membership program for 1.5 years, is we have to constantly nurture the current members. So, in this whole chaos, I've actually forgotten the last part is once they become members, how do we nurture? We have just that whole 1 year, we were just trying to put the message out or sell this, get our membership. And then we have forgotten the last step, and we're just thinking like, okay, now we have to nurture, because these are paid members.
Yeah.
Yes, we are running tutorials and all that, but what else we can do better, and what else we can bring? So it's always that, what's the next step? What's the next step?
Yeah. Yeah. See, you are a creator. You are creative. You're constantly thinking of what else to do. There's different definitions of creation. It doesn't mean artistic all the time. But on one thing, I guess a major thing for us, I know with our business, with Wisdom, was support was massive. Like, it was at the top of our list even before we launched, because for me, it's like, well, it's one thing to be able to provide a tool, but they need support on how to use that tool, or the same thing with anyone else there. They need support with how they're using that, utilizing the service, the information, and so forth. Yeah. And following up too, that's a major thing. I think a lot of us sort of go, oh, I've got to follow up. I forgot about that. The email sequencing and all that sort of stuff. That's something you capture a lead. But, when you've got your users, like you said, they're very important to you, and they're important to your business. They're the bread and butter, and they're what's going to help you scale and all that sort of stuff. And like you said, and that's why I touched on earlier, like the questions, how do you constantly evolve your topics and choose the topics to talk about? Because it is all about your users and supporting them and what they're really after. Because we can think they need to learn this, but in actual fact, their mind's in, like cryptocurrency. It's like, it's something I really don't want to talk about, but you know what? Our members need to know that,
Exactly. So, and I don't like talking about crypto as well, but also it's not only because when I talk about the 5 pillars, we represent one of the pillar, which is the finance. Then we have got another job to find the guests for the other 4 pillars who are willingly able to share some kind of information that usually would be paid for.
Yeah.
And then bring them on our Knowledge Assist platform.
That's awesome.
And do their promotions and all that, because they come in for free, so we feel really bad. And then we do promotions and all that stuff. But even people think that finding guests is easy, but it's extremely
hard.
It can be hard if you have just got a structure of how things should move.
Yeah.
So finding guests is like, you have to really screen the guests whether they will be bringing value.
Yeah.
We talk on the, when we do our Zoom calls, Zoom training. So, the members are actually paying, so they want some value out of the guest as well.
Of course. Yeah. And you want to make sure the experience is holistic.
Correct.
It's the whole main purpose of having your membership. I'd love to ask, what legacy are you looking to leave by creating what you've created, which I can imagine what it is, but you tell her what it is.
Look, I have never thought about the word legacy. And I think the first time I've heard about it is from Amanda Thompson's mouth, when she talks a lot about legacy. But, Nikki, my mission in life, or my aim for starting Knowledge Assist is not to leave something behind, but as long as I'm alive, and as long as I can change as many lives as I can, that is enough for me. People remember me or don't. I'm kind of like at a stage where it's okay. Even if people don't remember that, there was a person, Arpana, who used to donate, run a charity program which helps Smith's family. I'm just like, my mission at the moment is as many people or as many children I can help, I will. And I will put all my powers behind it. And if there is any legacy, if people do remember me by my name or by Knowledge Assist, it's a cherry on top. But I think my mission is just to do what I'm doing, and that's all.
Well, that is the legacy you're leaving. Like, it's, everything we do with respect to sort of supporting and helping the next generation grow through education, that's what you're doing. That is the legacy you are leaving, and it will be passed on, and hopefully will continue on or grow further from there, whatever it is that you're doing. But living in the now, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping it will grow sometime.
It will. It takes time, doesn't it? And just like you said,
it does.
You've got to, as you go through it, you know what it is that you want to share, and you've got an awesome membership and value that you offer to so many people. Beyond your business itself, learning to articulate is just going to take some time, because constantly change.
Absolutely.
Is there an offer that you'd like to share with our audience today?
Yeah, I would. So our membership is at the moment is open till September. I think it's till 25th, till my youngest son's birthday.
Yeah.
But, that's how I remember things. It's actually $49 per month, including GST. It's a very good system. There's thousands and thousands of dollars of tax advice just in that platform.
Yeah.
You would have to pay an accountant to understand everything, and it's fully given. There's a zero tutorial from A to Z. There's MYOB tutorial. So if you're thinking of doing your own bookkeeping or something like that, the value is just built in the Knowledge Assist platform.
Yep.
$49 per month or $490 per year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tax deductible, and you're doing something good. We are transferring the money to Smith's family. Last year, we transferred about $5,000 or $6,000 for the year when we started.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Also, as many members join, we are also trying to bring women charity and men charity. So we want to make sure that the amount is divided 33 into the three categories.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. So I would love your listeners to give it a try, Knowledge Assist.
Yeah.
And they can cancel anytime.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's awesome. And with respect to, collaborating, is there any way, we'll put all the details in our podcast summary below, but is there any sort of prerequisite that you require if anyone's listening here and think they might want to collaborate with you? How can they do that?
Look, as I said, we are struggling in the marketing side of things or trying to get our message out because it's a charity program. We are very mindful how we spend our money. Even the website is done through a grant.
Yeah.
If you really want to do a bona fide something, please collaborate and see if you can put our message better than what we have put.
Not a problem. Well, that's awesome. You've been absolutely awesome to chat to, Arpana, today. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. It's nice to finally actually get to talk with you directly.
Yes.
Instead of through chat or something like that. But again, all of Arpana's details will be in our podcast summary below. Be sure to click on the link. Don't forget to subscribe and do leave us some feedback as well, because every little bit helps us. Thank you again, Arpana, for your time.
Thank you for having me, Nikki. Thank you.
Thanking our sponsors today and every episode that we do go live with, Wisdom and the Wisdom on Wisdom events. Be sure to check out details in our summary below. Wisdom is our learning and content management platform for anyone who's sharing their content online through memberships, courses, challenges, creating a community and engaging with their members. All details, like I said, are below in our summary. Thanks for listening to the Wisdom podcast. If you enjoyed and have been inspired by this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, do subscribe and please share it with others. Post about us on social media or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from me, Nikki Kelly, you can follow me on Instagram at Wisdom Podcast, WISEDOME podcast. I'm Nikki Kelly. Thanks again, and we'll catch up next time.